Facebook and on Twitter at DJ Paloma GH and on Instagram at gh.djpaloma.
For 24/7 soul edifying content, this is Kristocentric Station, playing at Kristocentric.com. Kristocentric Station, the Kingdom Promoter.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to another edition of the Kristocentric News live on the Kristocentric Station. We are broadcasting from Accra, Ghana, and I'm your Christian news anchor, YEBOAH Edwin Takyi. Today, we have an exciting conversation, so let's dive straight into it. Faith meets funding as McDan CEO eyes creative sector. Ghana's creative industry may soon experience a push forward as business magnate Daniel Macaulay, CEO of the McDan Group, expresses a strong desire to invest in the arts. Known for his ventures in aviation and logistics, Mr. Macaulay says he's increasingly drawn to the potential within Ghana's creative space, not just financially, but purposefully. In a recent interview, he praised Ghanaian artists for their unmatched talent and energy, boldly declaring them among Africa's best. Yet, despite such talent, he acknowledged that many creatives, not just musicians, but even dancers, remain undersupported, lacking not just finances, but mentorship and access to vital knowledge. As a believer, this raises a larger truth. Every person is endowed by God with unique gifts, as Romans chapter 12 verse 6 to 8 says. For many creatives, their talents may not be mere hobbies, they are callings. However, manifestations of these gifts into something impactful often meets obstacles. Financial strain, lack of opportunity, and confusion about how to navigate the industry, especially as principled Christians, can even feel discouraging. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 6 says that a man's gift makes room for him and brings him before kings. But the question remains, what happens when that man fails to receive the help he needs to manifest his gift? How does he appear before kings? To speak to us about the creative space, particularly in relation to dance, I have with me in the studio Mr. Adebowale Balogun. He's an international creative art director and a manager of Team HUBES. Good evening. Did I get the name right?
Right, Adebowale Balogun, you're right. Thank you.
Amazing. All right, so we go straight into the questions.
Okay.
Great. My first question is pertaining to your upcoming production.
Right.
Hope.
Yeah.
Scheduled for the 28th of May, right?
Right.
This is your debut dance production, okay? What stirred your heart to finally take this step? And why exactly did you choose Hope as your theme?
Thank you so much. I see it as a great blessing to be here and a great blessing to come up with a dance production with my team, Team HUBES. We looked at what's happening in the world today. We see a lot of people, a lot of young people who are discouraged or who have lost hope in things they believed in. Now, a lot of young people are going into things they didn't plan to. because of circumstances or issues that are going on probably in the house or something, one thing or the other, and we as a Team Hughes, we've come together to come up with a dance production that would reach out to every human, both young and old, that there is hope for the future, and just to encourage them. The hope is not lost. A lot of people are discouraged, but we are here to pass the message of hope and to encourage them. That is why we've come up with this theme titled Hope.
So, for all the many people listening and even watching right now, what experience or what emotions do you expect your audience on the 28th of May at the University of Ghana Dance Studio, right?
Yeah.
What do you expect them to take away from Hope?
Just like I said earlier on, one of the things I would want them to take away after watching the production Hope is the heart of encouragement, living there with the fact that there's hope and they can be encouraged, from things they were discouraged of or from. So the heart of encouragement is what I want them to go with.
Your first production.
Yeah.
Take me through the process from planning to rehearsals and everything. Take me through the process.
Okay, well, it's not been easy, I would say, but God being so good, God on our side, God is helping us, I would say. From planning to rehearsal to date, it's been tough, deciding on roles for people to play, like what roles are you supposed to play in
I actually watched your video.
the
The video, yeah.
What are you supposed to do, how to say certain things, how to act, how to behave, because this production is not just dancing, it's a mixture of both dance, music, drama, poetry. It's a mix of all creative arts things. So deciding on who to play which role, how to go about it. Even when we started the rehearsal, after like some time, we usually sit back and watch the dance and think about it. Okay, does this actually work for this? Does this play out well? Okay, let's change this, let's change this, let's change this. And there are emotions too in it. In at our rehearsal, my choreographer, which is Mr. Hubes, Hubert Duke. Shout out to Duke wherever you are. He's very strict and straight with the things. I mean, you find some of the dancers or some of the cast trying to play around sometimes. You know how it is, but we are working with time. So emotions are in, shoutings. No, you don't do this. Stop it. I don't like this. So it's been ups and downs. Even myself, I would say, just last night after the rehearsal, I slept in my car.
Wow.
Till this morning. I had to stay back due to one or two things. Yeah, so it's all part of the process.
In your car?
Yes, I slept
So
in
you
my
haven't
car.
been home?
No, so when I went home to just bath.
Okay.
And then I came straight to the studio.
How many hours of sleep have you gotten so far?
I would say I've not really had any proper sleep.
And you are standing.
Oh, by the grace.
Fully standing. Wow.
By the grace. So it is all part of the production process. So, but I believe it's a blessing. So yeah, these are some of the few things we've had.
You
not to
mentioned
mention of a few.
the roles, determine the roles. People, trying to dilly-dally a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure those are a few of the challenges.
Yeah.
But from your perspective, as the manager of Team Hubes, you know what goes on in the background.
Right.
You know everything.
Right.
What would you say is the major thing, the major challenge you faced so far in bringing this production together?
Okay. I would say it's the is it the collaboration, okay, of the different acts. Like I said, it's not just, if it was only dancing, it would have been maybe a little easier, okay, because yeah, that's our field, major dancing, but this is a production, and we don't want it to only cut across just dancers, okay. There are people that are actors, or they are aiming, or they are planning, or hoping to be actors and actress, or in the movie field, or if I would say, for lack of a better word. So the merge between the dancing, the acting, the music, yes, and also the poetry, that's the spoken words, yes, because it's also part of the production. So like the fusion of these things, to merge them together is a challenge. It's one of the main challenges, yeah.
Earlier in the story, I was talking about how the CEO of McDan was talking about how financing has been a challenge for a lot of creatives. Do you feel that that's a challenge you faced in this production? Is financing, or let's say, been blessed such that that's not an issue?
Okay, well, that's also a challenge, or one of the challenges we are facing. Finance, it's also another challenge we are facing. I've tried to raise what I could, but then I mean there's so much, there's not much I could do, but I'm still trying. Like I said, it's a challenge, so we are still thriving, trying to see how best it could work. But finance, yes, is definitely one of the main
So
challenges.
how have you dealt with that? Because every challenge, there's supposed to be a solution.
Yes.
So how have you dealt with this so far? Because there will definitely be people listening who, are thinking of something like this.
Yeah.
But that's like their biggest hurdle. The fact that you faced that challenge, and the production is still coming, and you've not postponed it.
No.
It's still coming on. It means that you have a
100%.
solution. You have a roadmap. So what do you feel? What would you say is the solution? Like, how have you overcome it?
Okay, well, I would say that one of the things I've always stood on is I've always believed God for everything. Bible says in 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 17 or so, I think so, it says that what do you have that you've not received? Do you see? So I strongly believe that God will provide. God will provide, and he will not disappoint me.
Yeah.
He will not disappoint us.
Yeah.
And Team Hubes, we stand on God. Yes, before we start our rehearsals, we pray. We take our time and we pray.
You kabeh and kabah.
Yes, oh yes. After our rehearsal, we pray. We believe that God is the beginning and the end of us. So when it comes to finance, we also believe that God is there to provide. We believe however it would work, we believe God is going to do it.
Wow.
So the little we have, my pastor has always taught us about frugality. The little we have, we've been able to make use of it. Okay, and then run with it. So I run with what I have, what we have, we push in it, do what we have to do, and then we believe God for the rest.
Wow. That's just powerful faith.
Yeah, strong faith.
Wow. Let me come to Team Hubes.
Right.
Award winning.
Right.
What is the history behind Team Hubes? How did Team Hubes come up? Are you going to take it, or do you have someone to?
Okay. So let me allow my other guy Albert here to also speak on this.
I think okay.
All right.
So
Okay.
Albert,
Yeah.
your
so-
manager's giving you the mic.
Yeah,
What's the
yeah,
history
yeah,
behind
yeah.
Team Hubes?
Okay, so Team Hubes is basically we started from 3 people.
3.
Yep.
And how many
So-
are you now?
They are 18 now,
Wow.
almost crossing to 20. Yeah. So the idea behind Team Hubes was to just bring about the community together
Mm-hmm.
and just to create something and to utilize our talents.
Mm-hmm.
So that we won't be idle and restrict. So basically that was it. And since the group started, that's with our leader, Hubert Annan, the founder.
So I'm sure that's where the name Hubes came from.
Yeah, because that's our leader's name. So
Mhm.
I always say this, that we use this name just to honor him, because he's been there for us many
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
He has actually literally given up most of things in his life just to make this team what it is today. And I'm grateful to see that even this is our first time we're having a production by the help of Pastor D. Yeah.
Wow.
So
When was Team Hubes formed?
when?
When?
I'll say like 18 years from now.
18.
Yeah. Because we...
You know, I would have thought maybe about 5 or 6, but 18, consistency.
Like it has been there for long, just that we've been under the shadows, underground, trying to just work our way up to the top.
Do you have an idea the number of awards your group has? As at now?
As at now, we have
And if you can list a few.
I'll list it. I'm looking for it.
Ah.
I'll list it. But I'll say about 10.
10
10 and counting.
in 18 years. That's very impressive.
Oh, 10 and counting.
10.
I want to get it and read all out.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a blessing.
So, let me just ask. 18 people. How do you audition? How do you audition them? Or is there anyone that comes in, joins?
So,
Or there's a criteria?
There's actually not a criteria in joining Team Hubes. That was initially when we started.
Mm-hmm.
It's more or less like, okay, so I have a friend who can dance, and Team Hubes, so he comes around. Okay, I think he's good.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing about our leader is he wasn't actually looking for professionals. He was looking for people who had the passion to dance, and will rather invest his time into them so that they can become someone, or they can become a professional. So I was part of the 3 that started the group. I didn't know how to dance by then. I wasn't good at dancing, but I had the passion for dancing. And from then till now, I'm good at dancing. And the reason why he had that procedure was, most people who think they are good at dancing might not listen when a leader says do this, because you feel
that they already know.
Yes, but I don't know it, because I have the passion. When he tells me to do this, I'll do, because I actually want to learn it. So actually that's how the group came about. Okay, so a friend of this, I know this, and that's how Team Hubes came about.
Team Hubes.
Yep.
Award winning.
Yep.
I'm sure with the 18 people, everybody has a different personality.
Yes, everybody has a different personality.
How do you deal, and I'm sure the group has its challenges.
Yes.
Internally, how do you deal with the challenges? Because there are many stories of dancers who've left groups,
Yep.
who've broken the groups apart.
Yeah.
How do you deal with these challenges? Because it's not like just one person. You're dealing with a lot of people with different personalities.
Yep.
How do you deal with the challenges?
So, first of all, I would say Team Hubes is a Christian. We are all Christians in the group, and so being that it doesn't, there are challenges and all that. But one thing our leader has always taught us, that every time something comes up, every time a challenge comes up, it's either, instead of you just keeping it to yourself and making it become something big, you try and confront it at that particular moment.
Mm-hmm.
For example, maybe 2 of the crew members are having a beef or something. Instead of you trying to just ignore it and not saying it, and just saying it around pieces, and at the end of the day destroys the whole group, you rather want you to address it with, even means you have to call a meeting. And we do that. Like, anytime there's an issue, we call for a meeting, then we all sit down and we all pour our hearts out, because we believe the more you keep it, the more it doesn't make us grow, and it feels like they're trying to move away from the group. So actually that's how I would say we try and treat our challenges, because we try not to keep it. It's not like we don't have challenges. People don't hear of our challenges because we don't keep it we try and talk about it, even if it's when you have to say it to hurt someone, we will still say it, because at the end of the day, if you don't do that, and that's where you start to hear that, oh, this person left because of this person left, because they don't say it. Everybody just keeps it to themselves and rather tell people outside the group, which is bad.
But has there ever been a point where there's a person that wanted to break the group apart?
Yeah,
18 years. Has there ever
there's
been that?
something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, there's been ups and downs. Even me myself, at the point, I left.
You left?
Yeah.
What brought you back?
Yeah, I left.
And you came back like the prodigal son.
Yeah, I came back because
Yeah.
I still love the group, and it's a family. I can't leave my family. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have the list of awards now?
Yes, I have them. So Bumper to Bumper Season 2. First runner-up for Bumper to Bumper Season 2, yeah. Church and Gifted. Dance of Praise Dance, Battle in the Ring. Second runner-up for ABK. Afro Break All-Star, Bleeze Dance Competition, Ultimate Dance Competition. Second runner-up for Mixie Dance Challenge Online.
Okay.
And World Youth Skill Awareness and Nelson Mandela's Day 2021.
Wow.
We also won an award for that. Talented Kids Season 12. Winner of Best Gospel Dance Crew. Second runner for Dance Africa Ghana. We also won like that.
Wow.
ABK 2024. A lot.
You guys have a lot of experience in the space.
Yes, please. A lot of experience.
So I want to come to Pastor Debo, the manager.
Okay.
You have a lot of experience in the space. So we're going to talk about the creative space.
Okay.
Yeah. There are many believers,
Right.
that, want to come into dancing or that want to thrive in that aspect.
Yeah.
So as a Christian, as the manager of Team HUBES, an award-winning group, what some of the key lessons that you've learned about maintaining your faith while pursuing excellence in the art? Because you definitely get to a lot of people come up and they're like, they've had to drop their faith or they've had to do some things that doesn't align with their faith. But you said whenever you start your rehearsals, you kaba. In this, how do you maintain your faith while trying to pursue excellence in the arts?
Okay. So number one, I think probably three things on my mind, top of my mind. First, and the spirituality. A lot of creative people are not spiritual. A lot of them are not spiritual. Yeah, you can go around, pick like 10 creative people, you'll find maybe about 7-8 people are not spiritual.
Wow.
Yes, and that is the real fact. That's the truth. A lot of creative people are not spiritual, and what happens is that after some time they fall out. They are not. You see, a lot of people you see now in the secular space, they started from church, in quote.
I think we have Beyonce, we have a lot
of
yes,
them
they start from church. Yeah.
Yes, so but because of the unspirituality, they moved from, I could have moved many years ago. Of course, grace has kept me, yes, but spirituality is the key, I would say. The second thing I would also like to say is the love for God. Yes, Jesus told Peter, if you love me, feed my sheep. Okay, if you love me, that's the criteria. But if you don't love me, you can do whatever you want to do. But if you love me, feed my sheep. And I believe that as Christians, we use our talent to serve God. Right? So, in serving God, in a way, we are keeping God's sheep, God's people. Yes. I've had times where I finished dancing in church and people come up to me that I came to church because I wanted to see you dance.
Wow.
I go outside for outreach and whatever, and I hear people saying that I'll come to your church because I'm seeing you dancing. I like the way you dance, and I see something special about you, and I'm coming to your church. Yes, I've had people come to church and say, I came with a whole bus because all of them in the bus says that they want to watch you dance. Yes. Wow. So, when you love God, you do what He wants. Yes, you do what he wants. I mean, some of the creative people, some of the dancers, if I would say, or creative people, they might not be able to preach verbally, like taking a mic, preaching this the Bible verse and all that, but you can preach through your dance. Yes. So when you love God, you do his will. So he has given you a talent, you should use it to serve him. And the last thing I would say is consistency. You can be a dancer, or you can be in the creative space and always think that I used to be maybe let me use the dancer. I used to be a dancer 10 years ago, and you think that if you are not consistent with rehearsals, training yourself, you think you will still be valuable. No,
Definitely
it doesn't
not.
work like that. You need to be consistent in your craft. Trying to make yourself better, train. If you have to go outside for training, go outside. If you have to
Yeah.
invite people from outside to come
Yeah.
and train you, invite people, let them come and train you, watch other dance, something, So it all falls under consistency, like being on it, making yourself better in your craft. So I would say that these three things are like key for me and experience.
18 years. Team HUBES has been there.
Yeah.
How long have you been there, manager?
Okay, so I have been a friend for many years, all throughout the years, but just until recently, just some few months, and I decided that no, this is what it is, and I'm going into this. I'm giving myself for this. Let's go for this. And God being so good, he has given us a production to come up with, and this is our first production as a team.
Is there space, from your experience, is there space in the creative industry for growth? As in, is there enough space for Christian dance for it to grow and be a major force in the country? Speaking from your experience, because some may feel that they need to go into secular or be like the other dancers for them to succeed. Based on your experience, is there space in the creative industry for Christian dance to grow and be
Yeah.
a major force?
I would say that there's a lot of space. The space is so wide, the space is so big, but people are not patient. The young people these days, we want something quick, we want something fast, and unfortunately it doesn't play like that in our space, like in our Christian space. This is God taking his decision. If God says that this is what he wants to do with you, he wants to make you boom in like maybe in a week, it's God's decision. It's God. We are believing God for whatever it is, but people don't want to wait on that. People want the fast one. I want to be famous quickly, I want to get money quickly, I want to do this quickly. No, but if you are patient enough, there's enough room. The space is big, it's huge. I would say a big respect and shout out to my pastor, Bishop Dagwood Mills, who has given young people the opportunity, to dance, to use their creative, their talent in the house of God. Few months ago, just last month, we had the Good Friday service.
Yeah.
You need to see the number
I
of
saw the number.
dances.
Yeah.
Is
Massive.
amazing. I've not seen that before in anywhere. There's nothing like that in the world. I would say in the world, I've not seen. I've personally not seen in the world. Yes, like real people, physical real people like that. With that huge number, thousands of dancers doing the same thing happily, joyfully. It's a great blessing. And he's not just stopping there, and he's telling us that we should reach out.
Yeah.
We should go out.
Yeah.
There's enough room, there's enough space. There are
Yeah.
a lot of people out there. They have the talent, but we can bring them and help them, train them, teach them how to use this talent to serve God. So I believe that the space is huge. The room is big enough for dancers or for creatives to come into the Christian or Christian circle, yes, and thrive in it. I believe so.
You're speaking about patience. Yeah. What other advice would you give to believers who have the talent but want to find a way to thrive within that space, like to be visible. They have the gift. They've been dancing for years,
Right.
but they've not seen that growth. They've not had that impact. What other secret or what other tip will you give them apart from patience to at least the map?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would say something. Let me give an example. So if you see a charcoal burning and you take one coal out of it, that coal would die. The fire in that coal would die. Why? Because it is not part of its people. So if you take that coal that's died, if you put it back in the charcoal, like the other coals, it would start burning again. So another advice I would give to them is that find a Christian group and attach yourself to it. Join yourself to it. Yes, when you do, there are quite a number. There is Children of God. There's
Team HUBES.
of course, definitely, yours truly, of course. There's Team HUBES, yeah. There's Dancing Stars of the First Love Church. There's Rebirth Generation also. Yes, so there are numbers of groups like this, like Christian dance groups. So if you are talented and you would like to be in the creative space in the Christian world, join any of this group, and I believe it's going to be a great blessing. The visibility you want, you would have it. Just join the group and you would see some of these things manifesting. That is what I think.
Wow. You spoke about Bishop Dag Heward-Mills giving a platform for many young people, many young dancers to exhibit their skill, basically to work for the Lord.
Yeah.
That means that the church plays a vital role. Speaking to dancers in a church that doesn't have a dance group, they just focus on music, but they want to exhibit that talent. What will you tell somebody like that? Will you tell the person to leave that church, or what tip will you? Because they basically don't have that dance group yet.
Okay, well, I would say that our generation now, we move towards the creative space. Now, even if you look at the world now, it's like everything there's some form of creative art in it. So the church is also not left out. Okay, and we also want to use dancing or the creative space to bring people, to God. So if you are in a church where they don't have, or like there's nothing like this creative in the church, you can walk up to your pastor, speak to your pastor about it, get some knowledge on why people, dance in church and do all that. Get some knowledge about it, talk to your pastor, and then hear what your pastor thinks or what your pastor says. Again, every church has its own, for lack of a better word, rules. I mean, what works for them, So if this church says that dancing, acting is not our thing here, then maybe you may need to respect the church's rules in the church. But for me, I like dancing naturally.
Yeah.
So I would find where I can operate. Personally, I would find where I can operate, because if I'm not able to use my talent to serve God, there's a problem somewhere.
I saw your performance on Sunday, the Sheila performance. I was
Right.
like, it was a totally different level. It's a totally different level. Like, definitely you love dancing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I would have to find a place where I can use my talent to serve God, because what do I have that I've not received?
Yeah.
So if I have the talent of dancing or anything in the creative space, it's like, God, I've received it from God, and if I've received it from God, I should use it to praise Him.
Wow. Before I go on to my final few questions, there's been this debate going around about whether you should pay instrumentalists, in church to play. Yeah, I want to. Have you ever had performance requests from different churches to come and perform or minister in their church? Have you had?
Oh yeah, I've had a couple, especially when I was not really a serious Christian in my current church now. I was moving from one church to another, moving from churches moving here and there, so I get that a lot, but now it's like my mind is fixed, I'm stable in one place. So
But what you take on that debate
if
for the to creatives, whether they should be, compensated to minister?
okay, well,
What you take?
I think it for me, let me speak for myself. I don't dance in church for I don't feel like I should be paid, because personally I believe that God has kept me for a reason. God has kept me alive for a reason, and what He has given me, of course, I can eat from it, like I can make a living from it, which I'm doing currently. Like, aside from church, my main work is dance. Of course, I went to school, university, I am a professional in database and all, but my profession now is dance in the creative space. That is what I do, so I feed from that. But when it comes to God, I believe that this is something He has given to me freely. It says, freely have you received, freely shall you give, so I believe I should give whatever I have freely.
Wow.
To use it to bless others.
Yeah.
And if somebody decides that, okay, what you are doing has blessed me, I also want to bless you with something, why not? That is a blessing. But it's not like it's mandatory for me, like you have to pay me. If you don't pay me, I'm not going to dance. No. In the church, for God, no. Personally, I don't think I would go for that.
Bringing things back to your debut dance production upcoming, after Hope, what's next? Do you have any other productions?
Okay, so I'm on air, and I wouldn't want to split out my plans or our plans. Okay,
It can be, it's kind of publicity. After Hope, you expect something else is coming.
Yes, okay, something great is coming, something nice is coming, and I would want you to keep your eyes glued on Team HUBES and watch out for what is coming. This is our first production. We are doing this because we want the world to see what we are made up of and who we are. And then after this, you're gonna see great things, greater things. Like my pastor said, this year is greater and better.
I like that.
So greater
like
things
that.
are coming, better things are coming.
I like
so
that.
let's
Now,
keep our fingers crossed.
you have the mic. There are many people watching, so many people across the world listening. You have the mic. Tell them about Hope and what they should be like. Just tell them. You have the mic.
Hope, what a blessing. Hope is a dance production that would uplift the spirit of people that would watch the production, lifting up their spirit from a level of discouragement to giving them hope, moving from a lower self-esteem, to a better mind about themselves and the future. There are better things ahead. There are greater things ahead. Your situation today does not determine your future.
Yeah.
Whatever you're going through today or whatever you've gone through in the past doesn't mean that is the end, or probably that is how it would be. No. There's a better version of what is happening to you now. There's a better version of who you are now. And that version is what we want to ignite in you. That version is what we want to help you to believe that there's something and there's hope for the future. So this is a summary of hope, and for you to believe in yourself and believe in the future that is something better and there's hope.
Something better, there's hope. Give them details. When, how they can get the tickets, how much, everything.
Okay, Hope is happening on the 28th of this month at the University of Ghana Drama Studio. The time is 6:30. You can get tickets online by dialing star 365 star 88 star 803 ash. I'm gonna say that again. You can buy tickets online by dialing star 365 star 88 star 803 ash. So you can get tickets online. Regular is 70 Ghana cedis, VIP is 100 Ghana cedis. So these are some of the details we have. Yes.
Amazing. Albert, do you have anything that you want to say? You can just you can actually use your mic. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I would just like to give a shout out. Oh, okay. So I'd like to add something to say that I think it's a good opportunity to come and see Hope and take something home, at least to tell to your friends and to tell to people and be encouraged. Yeah. Basically, that's it.
Amazing. I have another special guest in the studio who hasn't said anything. Do you have any final words? Yeah, you can come.
Okay. Okay, please, I'm Kinzaza. Okay, so as my brother is saying, like, you should, a lot of people, you guys should come in your numbers, come and watch, and come and learn something better. Yeah, thank you.
Amazing. So the 28th of May,
Yes, 28th of May.
the University of Ghana Drama Studio,
University of Ghana.
regular 70 Ghana cedis, VIP 100 Ghana cedis. With the dollar coming down right now, things will be way cheaper. So definitely you can get it at for 70 cedis, 100 Ghana cedis for VIP.
Yeah.
Great. So if you have any loved one, if you have any friend, any person you want to invite, it's simple. Just get your tickets. The code again.
The code is star 363. The code is star 365 star 88 star 803 ash. The code again star 365 star 88 ash 803 ash.
Okay. So you got the code. You have the code. You don't need to walk to anywhere. Just dial it on your phone. Whether you're using a YAM or an Android, you can actually dial the code and get your ticket. So that's all the time that we have now. But, I'll give him a few seconds. Any advice?
Okay, good. Before that, just in case you need some clarification or anything, I want to give a number you can call.
Okay.
Okay, good. So you can, maybe for any information you need, you can call 050-122-8206. 050-122-8206. So that's the number you can call in case you need any information or you need support on anything. Yes, so finally, any advice? Yeah, well, advice is come for the Hope Dance production, again happening on the 28th. I would advise you to come around to watch it this week or before 28th. We're going to be giving some tickets for free.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're gonna do that. We're gonna do that on Kristocentric live. So stay tuned.
You heard it.
There's gonna be free tickets.
Free tickets.
So there'll be some questions or however it's gonna go. However, I don't know, but there will be free tickets on Kristocentric here. So stay tuned to Kristocentric, and it's going to be a great blessing. One more, I want to say thank you so much to Kristocentric Station, to the staff, to the boss, the manager. Big thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here. We don't take it lightly, we don't take it for granted, but we are grateful for the support to help push Hope Dance production. So thank you so much. We are grateful, Team HUBES. We are grateful once again. See you on the 28th of this month. Thank you.
See you on the 28th of this month at the University of Ghana Drama Studio. So that brings us to the end of the Kristocentric news. For more news and sanctified content and to stream us live on air, you can log on to www.kristocentric.com and like and follow us on all our social media platforms. You can also download the Kristocentric app on the App Store and on the Play Store for absolutely free and enjoy 24/7 sanctified content anywhere at any time. My name is YEBOAH Edwin Takyi, your Christian news anchor, and I'll always remind you that God is not done with you. Your best is yet to come. Please enjoy the rest of your day.
I told you you were speeding.
Don't worry. I got pulled over by this guy last month, and I pleaded with him not to give me a ticket, and he gave me a warning.
Good afternoon. Oh, Mr. Smith, speeding again.
Hi, officer. Yeah, I know. I promise I'll never do it again.